Pastor Ghioto. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Not too bad. Pleasure having you on the show, man. Thank you for coming through, seriously.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for having me. This is awesome.
I know you're busy. You got a ton of things going on, but let's just start from the top, bro. Obviously, for the people that don't know you, you're top three?
Top three.
Recruit in the country for high school football? Is that how that works?
Yep. So they do it by class, and it's like 27, 28, 29.
Okay.
So senior or upcoming senior, upcoming junior. So I'm in the upcoming junior class. So now I'm with the 28, so I'm top 3 in that class. And then
Gotcha.
ESPN dropped this thing a while back, but I'm top 20 overall when I was a freshman. So
Oh, wow.
that was that. But
That's
that's
awesome,
all
bro.
of high school. So that's really
And what position do you play?
defensive end.
Okay. And you're at Bowles, correct?
Yes, at Bulls, best school in Jacksonville.
There you go.
Is it the best school in Jacksonville?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, especially school, not just football, but school. I don't think it gets better than that. There's 500 kids who go there. It's a small class, student teacher ratio. You're learning a lot. There's a valedictorian tie every year between dudes who have 5, 6 GPAs and are already surgeons by 17. Yeah, so it's
true.
it's crazy. But
Sport program's great too.
Oh yeah, no, they're good. But yeah, yeah, but they
the campus is incredible, man. Just the amenities y'all have on campus. The football stadium itself is so much more elite than other schools. I went to Fletcher and we both went to Atlantic Coast for a little bit. And Atlantic Coast, I mean, their football stadium compared to Bowles is
nothing.
Terrible, man. Not in a bad way. I'm sure y'all beat up on Atlantic Coast every time. Do you guys even play those schools, or how does it work?
We don't even play. So we play our district. Our district is not that great because we're 2A, District 3, which we play again, no shade to these schools, but we play KIPP, or we play Andrew Jackson, or just smaller schools that aren't really football powerhouses, or supposed to be, at least. Those are just the smaller schools that are kind of like Bowles in the college preparatory area. So it's that's kind of who our area. But we do play the good teams. We're going down to Miami the second week of the year to play a team in Miami. We're going up to South Georgia to play a South Georgia team.
Okay.
But we play powerhouses all around. It's just we have to play those district games sometimes.
Is your schedule dictated based off of how well your school is doing? Do y'all get a harder schedule because you're a powerhouse?
It's I mean, it's not we have to, but it's we choose to. It's kind of our coach is hey, obviously we want to make it to the state championship and win the state championship. We're not going to get there playing scrubs the whole time, just winning 50-0, and then we get to the playoffs, and it's our first real team, and we get wiped because it's just there's no competition the whole season.
How'd y'all do last year?
We did good. We came short in the state championship. We lost 2 games. We lost one to St. Aug, and we lost the state championship game, but I mean, that was a blast. That last season was awesome. I mean, it was everything I could have asked for, minus the state championship loss. But even then, still made it there. Got a glimpse of what it was, so now we know what it feels like to lose. And it's kind of we're hungry for it this year, and it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. The last playoff game before we went to the state championship, they were talking a bunch of trash on social media, whatever, and then so we came out there and the opening drive defense goes out there, it's 3 and out, they can barely move the ball. We're oh yeah, game's over. So it's fourth quarter, and our student section is hyped it never is for some reason. So if anybody is watching, come to the Bulls student section, whatever, just get it hyped. Yeah, gotcha. But it's because most people have their own things that they have to do at Bulls, so it's kind of they're preparing for that, not coming to a football game on Friday
100%.
night. But the people who did show up that time, everybody showed up, and it was awesome. And then at the end of the game, they all stormed the field. We all got they all went to the end zone. They had party poppers or whatever, and they were confetti and everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we all got a pretty much school picture in the end zone, and it was everybody celebrating. The news was out there, so there's the cameras everywhere. The lights were going off.
Yeah,
we had a light show going on. That was awesome.
I hear about the Bulls, how good of a school you guys are through 1010XL. 1010XL will go out to those games sometimes, and I'm sure you know who they are. Obviously, the radio station in Jacksonville, but they're always hyping you guys up, man. So I kind of trust their judgment with it in a way. I grew up listening to them, so whenever they say something's good, I'm usually on board.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're awesome. They're really cool. I've actually been doing interviews and stuff with them since upcoming 9th grade, 8th going into 9th. And so ever since then, I've been on their radar, and they've trusted me, and they'll be this kid is going to be special. And they trusted that and followed me all the way through. And even I think we won the city championship in middle school, and they were following me through that. And I was just kind of wow, this is really cool. But now they do the live updates on the game, and afterwards you'll see the tags, and they're this happened and this happened and this happened. It's like, dang, that's really cool. I was just out there like locked in, but this is pretty cool to watch and listen to.
No, for sure.
But yeah.
They bring a cool perspective to it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And dude, you've got tons of offers, okay? I want to jump into this, how you kind of go about managing all these different offers, because for the people that don't know, I couldn't find a school on your list of offers that I don't recommend. Like, you know what I mean? Like every school that I can think of has offered you a scholarship. Is there any that big schools that haven't reached out at this point?
I think the only ones, so I think there is 67 Power 4 schools and I have 64 offers. So there's, I think, Michigan State. I've talked to them, but that's one of the offers that I don't have. That's a bigger school. And then
what is the offer? Is it like a full ride scholarship?
It's a full ride scholarship. So they're basically saying, hey, we're giving you a scholarship to come play football at the University of whoever.
And you're already locked in. You don't got to come and try out or anything. Like, it's clearly like you're here. This is the offer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with the top guys now, it's kind of like we're doing this. And then later on, when y'all are both interested in each other and y'all are like, hey, I want to commit here, then y'all talk money. And it's like, now it's money game. It used to not be that with NIL now. So it's like
crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's changed a lot, but a lot of people look at it as a negative. But there is a ton of positive to it if you use it the right way. You can build your whole life off of that. If you go in there and you're a top guy, you're making top money, and something happens, but you're falling back on that amount of money, and you have a good degree, and you go to a school where you can just use it the right way, I mean, it's like your life's already started, and you can be finished by like 35.
Well, because there's so many guys that are like high caliber in college, but then when they get to the NFL, they only have like one good season, or God forbid they get injured their senior year of college, and now they're not really like seeing any royalties from this, you know? Yep. And so I do like the NIL stuff. It had to grow on me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. At first I was a little skeptical.
Oh yeah.
Just because you don't want, like, you never want a school with more money to have a bigger football team. You almost just 100%. Want it to be like true talent versus true talent. You know what I mean? But in a way, I mean, I love the NIL stuff. Are you seeing any of that in high school? Does NIL like roll into high school if a player of your caliber is playing?
It definitely does. It doesn't roll in through the colleges. That's all separate. That's
sure
highly illegal. You can't do that. But through brands. So if like a brand wants to come sponsor me and they're like, hey, we're gonna do this, and you write up the contract and you have X amount of money and you're going to do content for X amount of time. So you're exchanging. It's pretty much they're just giving you money to post on your social media. And that's why it's so big nowadays to do like the social media stuff and build your brand. And some people are like scared to get started on social media because it's awkward at first. Like you're posting with 5 followers to nobody. You're like, what am I doing? And it's kind of like you just got to get started, but all it takes is that one post, and then it takes off from there. And I'm talking like I have 100 million followers, but like I have a good amount for what I do, and it's like and it's building. And it happened one day. I created like a secret account, and I was like, I'm gonna start posting. So I just start posting. So I was posting like photo dumps on my other ones and everything. And so I created a new one, and I was like, I'm just gonna start posting stuff that I think is cool. So I started posting stuff that I thought was cool, and people started liking it, and then it got to one video where it got like 700,000 views, and then just from there, just 700, 100, like all in the thousands now. I haven't seen one below 50,000 since. So it's
with a talented athlete like yourself, like you want to kind of give, like you have fans already. So it's like you want to kind of like feed your fans some content. They want to, with social media nowadays, it's more about like you said, kind of building your own personal brand as opposed to like just being an athlete. Like back in the day, bro, if you were a badass athlete, like people were cool with seeing you in the paper.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But nowadays people are like fiending for that extra little bit of like content from the people that they, are fans of in a way.
100%. And that's where the dudes profit off of. It's like the people who are like, I want to see more of this guy. Like if this guy's doing this, I want this. And that's where the brands are like, I want this guy because they'll go into the comments and they'll be like, oh, like people ask like, what's your meal plan? What's your workout plan? They're like, oh, wait, I could be a part of the meal plan. And it's like, so then they're finding their own strategies and ways to profit off of you, but at the same time, you're profiting off of them just because you built your brand. And it doesn't take the highest level athlete. It's easier for the highest level athlete. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't, just because you already have a brand in a way.
Yeah.
And you're already you're a high level athlete in whatever after that. So it's just kind of like, you already establish yourself as someone at that level, but for the people who are like the no stars, because stars don't matter. Josh Allen coming out of high school, 0-star dude, he emailed like thousands of coaches, and now he's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. So it's like
that's crazy. I didn't realize he had 0 stars. Yeah. So how do you get stars? Like being through who gives you the stars?
They're big companies. So the 3 main one is Rivals and On3. They're like combined now, and so they used to be separate, but they're combined. Rivals, On3, 24/7 Sports. That one has been around forever, and then ESPN. And so it's basically just kind of like they're saying it's not necessarily based off of your talent right now. It is, but it's not. So it's kind of just like, they're pretty much saying, hey, 1, 2, 3. So say I'm ranked 3. They're projecting me to go the 3rd pick, the first round of the draft when it comes around. And so that's basically what they're saying. So there's 32 5-stars for the first round of the draft. If you're projected to be in the first round, you're a 5-star. Gotcha. And then anything after that is a 4-star up until around the 400th player in the country.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like 6 months ago, you're a 4-star, right?
So yeah, and I was always ranked inside the top 10, but for 2028, they don't release that many 5-stars, and they have been more and more. Like on 24/7, there's 2 separate ones. There's a 24/7 thing, and then there's a 24/7 composite. And the composite basically eliminates all bias, because some dude could like you a lot more than the other dude, and you're like, oh, I'm chilling, like I got a connection. But the composite thing, what it does is it pulls from every single website, and then it's like, okay, this dude has this opinion, this dude has this opinion, and then it averages it out, and then it tells you your ranking. And then that's what I'm ranked 3rd overall in, and that's why I like going off of it, because some recruiting websites have me ranked higher, but it's like, who knows if that's bias or not.
100%.
So it's like
composite is based off of stats, technically.
Pretty much, in a way. It's like, so if I'm ranked 6th on one website, 8th on one website, and 5th on another website, it'll average out, and that's pretty much what mine is right now, and it averages out to about 3, because it's like, but some of the other dudes that are like 4th on one website, and then 23rd on another, and then 50th on another, they're like, well, something's not right here. So then they average it out to be like, well, it could have just been something that's biased or something that's like inside. So that's just, I mean, again, that's the way that I look at it, is just kind of like being able to take that out of it. And, the dudes that have these opinions, because again, it's an opinions-based thing. It's like, they're going in and they're like, hey, I think this dude is going to do this based off of what he's doing and based off of his measurements, his stats, how he carries himself, how he does this. Like, that's also why social media is such a big thing. They go and look at that. They're like, hey, this dude's already building his brand. He's got his priorities set up. Like, this dude's going to make it places. It's not just who you are on the field, but it's a lot who you are off the field too. And that's why it's so important to communicate with the reporters and communicate with people and build that communication skills, because you kind of have to learn that. And if they see that early on, they're going to be like, okay, this dude's going to go to media day in college. He's going to be able to speak. He's going to be able to get up in front of 50,000 cameras and talk. So it's kind of like, that's essentially those ranking websites and kind of how they do it. I mean, I'm sure they have their own techniques and ways or whatever, but that's just what I know of, at least. But
who was your first offer?
My first offer was UCF. So UCF was my first offer going into my 9th grade year. Actually, I was in 8th grade, and it was my 8th grade spring, and it was a little bit before my birthday. It was May 13th. I remember it like it was yesterday. And I was on the side of the field, and I was just sitting here like this. I'm just like,
And you're in middle school.
Middle school.
Yeah.
And so I was out at the high school practice watching. And so because I was already enrolled in bowls for the next year. So I was out there watching, just kind of getting a feel for what it would be like. And I had a feeling, because I'd talked to that coach before, and I was like, he's out here again. He keeps looking at me. What's going on? So I was like, either he's really weird or he's about to offer me. So I was like standing on the sideline. I was minding my own business. Practice had already ended. We're all walking off. And then the recruiting guy at our school, his name's Deshaun, he comes over and grabs me. He's like, hey, come here for a second. He pulls me out to the middle of the field. I see the coach. I'm like, what is he about to say? Is he about to invite me to a visit or something?
Yeah.
And then he's like, because they can't really talk to you in a way when you're that young. So he didn't talk to me. He talked to my coach and told my coach that I had an offer, and my coach pretty much echoed it, and he just looks over and smiles, because it's like he knows, it was like a try. I'm 5 feet away from this dude. So dude, I can hear you. But it was awesome. I mean, that was such a surreal. I remember I was going out to dinner that night with my grandparents at this Italian restaurant, and I was like, oh, I can't wait for dinner. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just got this. So I was staying at school for a little bit. I was sitting in the bleachers, contemplating life, and I was just like, wow. Because my dad before, so this is actually a funny story. My dad, I was in middle school, and he's like, dude, you'd be so lucky to go, like, group of 5 or, like, go to, like, App State and, like, with your talent. And I'm like, yo, you're a hater. Like, what is going on? Like, you're my dad. You're supposed to support me. And I was like, no, I'm not. I was like, again, App State is a phenomenal school. Don't get me wrong. But I was like, I know my talent, and my goal is to be at the highest level of football. And he's like, whatever. And I'm like, yo, you're the worst. So I was just kind of like, from that point forward, I was like going. And it was funny because my dad was watching practice that day, and he left like a minute before he had offered me. He drove off, and I was like, I texted him. I was like, I just got my offer. He was like baffled. Like,
I mean, bro, you're in middle school. Yeah, like the future is bright once you get that offer. You know,
it was different. And like kids had already gotten offers in 8th grade, some freak shows down in Miami had gotten the University of Miami offer. I was like, dang, I really want a Miami offer. What am I doing wrong? And I was comparing myself. I was like, can't compare myself. I'm not these kids. And I was like, just head forward, like just keep going. And so when I got that one, next day I got Louisville, and then the day after, or not the day after.
So they're stacking up. Like as soon as you got that first one,
the first one's the hardest one, and that's everybody out there watching. As soon as you get your first one, it's like a domino effect because all these coaches are watching you, and they know you have the potential, but they're like, why does no other school want him? Like, why do I want him and nobody else does? So they're waiting to be like, someone else has potential, or someone else has faith in you. I have faith in you.
You need that cosign.
Exactly. It's literally that. And so once they get that cosign, and they're like, oh yeah, all right, I'm good. Pull the trigger. So then, before I even played a down of football in high school, I had 10 offers, and so I had gotten UCF was my first, Louisville was my second, Syracuse was my third. No. FSU was my third, Syracuse was my fourth, Boston College was my fifth, and then I think it was Florida, and then Georgia, and then Rutgers, and then Baylor.
So, I mean, how did you feel when you got that FSU one or like that Georgia
crazy
one? Like, I know that was probably a crazy feeling.
Oh my gosh,
bro.
That was like when I was at Florida State, and we were doing a camp, and so it was camp day, and it was a big man camp. I was going against all the seniors and juniors because they put me in that group because I'd known them, and they knew about me. And so they put me in the recruit group, and I'm like, oh, I just got to ball out. And I remember the rep. I, like, got underneath this kid's shoulder pads. I, like, launched him. Like, he went airborne. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is the one. So I come back, and I run back, and I'm going into my other rep. And then I win the next rep just off of, like, some basic move on the outside. And, like, as I'm, like, running back, Norvell's right here. And I'm running back, and he's like, I just want to let you know you have an offer to come play at Florida State. Just letting you know, like, you can come play here. Just we want you. And then like I run back, and then the rest of the day was just like I was like, oh my gosh, like this is real now. Like what in the world? Cool. And it was so surreal. And I was I felt. I don't even know if there's a high on this world that can compare to that.
Yeah.
Like I was like baffled. And then what baffled me even more is when I went to Florida and Georgia. So I went to Florida one day, and then Georgia the next day, and then Rutgers the following day. So it was a 3-day thing. And I went to Florida. I balled out at the camp, and I had gotten the offer. And that one was like, wow. Like that's SEC. That is because at the time NIL hadn't even been introduced. Because now it's like NIL is almost split conferences. It's kind of like there's not really a top conference anymore as it used to be. But like growing up, I always watched SEC football, and I was always, wow, like this is crazy. I just got an SEC offer, like, and as a lineman, like that's lineman ball. When you think of like D lineman, O lineman, you think of SEC ball. Just growing up, that's what it was,
bro.
And so it was kind of like when I saw that, like when I saw like just a glimpse of it, I was like, oh, like I got to turn it all the way up. And like, so I just kept working. And then Georgia was the following day. And I went through that camp. That camp was.
So when you're doing these camps, they're giving you the offer while you're there at camp.
Yeah. So it's like, because while you're on campus, they can talk to you, but because you're young, they can't talk to you off campus.
Word, okay.
So it was kind of like, go into campus, get the offer at the camp. If you ball out, it was like, I think I might have been the only one that day, or only 2 or 3, but it was like, that was such a surreal moment.
Well, I mean, they can't be throwing out offers when you're a freshman in high school. Like, I mean, you can't just give them to everybody. 100%. You're going to run out of spots.
Oh, yeah.
You got to kind of save some.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing and like people are like, you can't get offers till junior year, senior year. But like what people don't understand is you get verbal, like everything is verbal. An official offer comes in the mail like right before signing day. And that's like a letter that's like, you have an official offer. if the coach tells you it's committable, it's committable. You don't need a piece of paper with writing on it to say it's committable. If the coach is like, hey, it's committable, we want you to come here, it's committable.
Sure.
And so people get this idea because they go on the NCAA website and they're like, well, NCAA says this, this, and this. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, as a person who is going through this, I'm telling you what it is. So it's like people get that mixed up, and like there's always those people in the comments that are like, you had these offers in freshman year. No, you did not. And I was like, how are you going to tell me?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Go ask Coach Norvell and let me know if I got this offer, okay?
Exactly.
I think that's funny.
Well, and like
100%.
baseball too, I think like right now the Dodgers have like a 9-year-old phenom that's already like somewhat committed to play for the Dodgers, and it's like you haven't even hit middle school or elementary school yet, for that matter. Like that's crazy. But I kind of wanted to go back because you did mention like all these people kind of talking to you in person, or at least having conversations with your coaches. Do you have coaches or like players or teams just in general like hitting you up on socials in the DMs, like trying to get you to come out, or how does that happen? Do you get like a formal email, or do you get DMs? Like, how does that work?
Now, before it was like they can't talk to you on the phone at all. So they can't talk to you on the phone before June 15th of your going into your junior year, which just passed for me. So now it's officially open. So they call, text, FaceTime. They can formally email you, I guess, if you want. But like, it's like literally whatever the fastest line of communication is, they're going to take it, because now they can full court press. Before it was like, if you're on campus and they see you, then it's like, all right,
fair game.
Yeah, exactly. But they had to get you there first, and so there's ways that they have to go about that because it's illegal to talk to the recruit directly. So it's like you gotta like.
How many of these tours have you? I'm sorry. How many of these schools have you toured? Like, are you when you're doing the camps? Are they letting you like kind of go in the locker room and check out everything? Like, how is that working?
So every time I go to a school, that's how it is. It's like they take you. At least the first one is like they take you through everything, every inch of the football facility, like everything, and like some are better than others, but like
I want to talk about this. Like, what are some of your favorite facilities? Because I see a lot of the pictures of like, I think Bama just got a new like facelift on their facility, bro, or like some of these schools. But what facilities stood out to you the most?
I would say like there is great facilities, but one of the ones when I was first going about it was definitely Florida. I mean, Florida's facilities, like, again, everybody has great facilities, but like Florida's was just like that was like one of the first ones that had that facelift, and it was like, wow, like you walk in and it's like marble, glass, everything, like the chandelier, like whatever you want to call them. Like then you have the arcade when you walk in, then you have the locker room, and then you have like this gator tunnel, and then you have like the locker room, and then it goes out to this big glass thing where you can see the field, and then there's like the dining area, and then there's like a separate dining area, and then you have like the therapy area and like
a nutritionist.
Yes,
and all these
the
different
nutritionist
things.
is right there. Then you go in like this, and then there's the huge weight room. Even their weight room even just got a upgrade not too long ago, like maybe a month ago. They just redid their like all their like equipment, not like just the weight room, but the equipment. And just because they're like, our guys are too big for the equipment, I'm like, that's a great
that's
problem
a good problem.
to have.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was one of the ones, and another one I would say is probably Texas A&M.
So if you were to pick a spot just off of the facilities alone, it'd probably be Florida.
I mean, yeah, their facilities are great. They definitely have some top of the line stuff, and so Texas A&M and then Nebraska. Nebraska, I was like shocked with. Like, I think actually now going back on it, they might have better facility than Florida. Nebraska is unbelievable.
Will Compton is going to love hearing this if he ever listens to this episode. Jesus, dude, because I always hear like Bussin' with the Boys, one of their co-hosts went to Nebraska, and he always talks about like he's always hyping up Nebraska. So I never know whether or not he's actually telling the truth, but that's crazy.
That was one of the craziest facilities. When we went to eat before, because I went for a game day visit against USC, and that game was crazy. It was a blackout game. It was awesome. All the Nebraska legends were there. I got to meet all of them. But the food, and I know this sounds fat right now, but it's okay. But the food was like awesome, because we go up there, it's like Tex-Mex, and it's like the best food I've ever had on a visit, and it was insane. Like there was a buffet probably like 35, 40 yards long, and it was just like everything you could imagine. Like it went from tacos to taco bowls to burritos to burgers to, I think they even had bacon just out of nowhere. And I'm like, what is going on? But it was awesome. And then upstairs in the football facility, they had a Starbucks, and there was a Starbucks that had a fireplace in it. I was like, I feel like I'm in a mall right now. Like, this is awesome. And then you go downstairs, huge open area. They have a movie room in one of the rooms. Then you go, they have like a chilling area for the dudes, and then there's like a little recovery area. And in the recovery area, there's like 15 of these chairs, and you're like, what are these? Like, they just look like lawn chairs. And then come to find out they're like $40,000 a piece because they like stimulate your nerves before a game to either fire you up or calm you down. And I'm like, wow, this is
there's
insane.
a science now. You're bringing science into a lot of this.
Oh,
shit.
it's crazy. And they have all the float tanks. Like, all the schools have the float tanks and all the other stuff, but the stim stuff, I haven't seen any. And if I have, I saw like 2 of them. There was 15 of them, and I was like, that is insane, because that's like, you have $600,000 just sitting there in foldable lawn chairs, and it's just a stim machine on the side, and I'm like, yo, this is awesome.
So let's keep it real though, because like, you have so many offers. You said you have 63 offers from
64
Power 4
now,
or 64 offers from like all these Power 4 schools or whatever. What goes into account when you go to choose one of these schools? Like, what things are you kind of keeping in mind off the jump? Like, are you thinking about like how a school's record was in the past? Are you thinking about like coaching? Are you thinking about the actual facilities itself? Like, what goes through your head?
You know, the first thing for me is development, just because it's like, the record and everything's cool, but like development and looking at, hey, has this coach, not has the program, because coaches move around a lot. So you don't have the same coach that developed Aaron Donald, and you don't have the same dude who developed like all these different NFL linemen over the years. And it's kind of like, all right, now you got to look at what that dude has developed, not what the program, because the program, again, it was like in this period, it could have been different than this period. So it's kind of like, yeah, they've developed some greats, but it's like, have you developed any greats? What have they done under your dynasty? Like, what is going on? So development under that coach, and looking at, hey, does he have the experience that I'm trying to achieve? Does he have like the things that I'm trying to go for? Or has he experienced it? Has he gone through the process? What does he know? Who does he know? The connections that he has, like all that good stuff.
Are you looking at like how these coaches have developed players in your position specifically, or if like they, like for example, there's tons of great coaches, especially that are out there still coaching right now, but they're known for developing good QBs. Like, is that someone that you would kind of like, okay, I'm looking for someone that's good at developing a DN?
Exactly. And I feel like the quarterback should go to the great developing quarterback school, but I could care less about a quarterback. And so it's like, for me, because my job is to literally kill the quarterback. So I hope they go to that school so I can do that to them. And so that's my goal. So I want to go to a place that develops not only defensive linemen, but offensive linemen. And the big thing about that is, you know, the people who develop defensive linemen and offensive linemen, you constantly have a battle every single day in practice. You're going against the best every single day. So if you're clashing heads with the best dudes in college football every day, and you go out into the game on Saturday, it's nothing, because you've already gone against the best the whole week, every single day for the next 3 to 4 years. And so it's just kind of like it would be pointless if you're going to get developed at a great program that has a great defensive line if they don't have a good offensive line as well, just because you can't develop if there's not people you're going against that are at least on the same skill level as you, if not close or better.
I mean, iron sharpens iron, right? You know, so
100%.
That's the thing, is you want to be going against the best talent every day. It makes total sense, actually. Obviously, since you haven't committed to any of these places yet, do we have a favorite? Is there a favorite in mind of like where you would want to go, or could we do a top 5 or something? Like, who's in the top 5 right now? Are we even allowed to do that, or do you want to keep them guessing? Or
no. I would say like a good like top schools, not even number, but like there's a lot of them, and like whenever I talk to people, they're like, you'd be the first person to put out like a top 40, and I'm like, I definitely would.
Like, well, let's say this, like, so growing up as a kid, who were you a big fan
Georgia.
of? Like, so you're a Georgia guy. Okay.
Like, I came out of the womb in a Georgia beanie, literally newborn, fresh in my little whatever plastic box they got there. My dad put a Georgia beanie on me and took a picture, and it's in my baby book.
So does that like play a role into you picking a school whenever you go down the line, or like? Do you think about that, or is that more so something that's kind of on the back burner? You're trying to find the best developing program.
You know, it kind of is on the back burner, only because I have to separate fan from reality. Just because it's like, growing up, I was like, if I get a Georgia offer, I'm committing on the spot. But then it's now like, I gotta do the best business decision. It's not just about where like I would have just gone when I was 8. Like, yes, I'd be fulfilling my 8-year-old dreams, but now it's just kind of like my 8-year-old dream was to go play the highest level of football, not to play at a certain place. And it's like, and it's kind of like Georgia's one of my top schools. Like like they really are. They have developed so many defensive linemen, and that coach that developed those defensive linemen is still there. So it's like, you know that he's going to develop you as well if you were to go there. And he's a phenomenal coach. The whole staff there, Kirby, everyone is amazing. And again, I am still a fan of Georgia football, but at the end of the day, I have to be able to separate that. And I feel like it helped me being able to get started early in 8th grade, because I got my offer in 8th grade from Georgia, and it was just like, being able to start separating it early on versus now plays a huge factor in
What did that feel like, though, when you got that first offer?
I was about to cry.
Yeah.
I was like, my dad, he was standing next to me, and he was visibly shaking. Like, he was like, he thought, he was like, nah, y'all are joking. Yeah. Like, I was like, no, bro, I told you
this is the same guy that said you were going to play at App State and be happy about it.
Exactly. But, like,
hey, shut up, Pops. We get it. You're supposed to be a little hard on your son, but damn, like, have some faith in the boy.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, it was awesome. That was, like, his proud father moment. I mean,
for sure.
That was, like, everything.
So let's go through the top schools, man. Like, who are some of your tops right now? Give us 5.
I'd probably say Miami, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Clemson, and then
South Carolina is interesting.
So with South Carolina, their coaching, they just had a new coaching staff change.
Okay.
And Dylan Stewart is one of the best defensive ends, if not the best, or edges, whatever you want to call it, in college football.
Okay.
And like, it's unbelievable. And the same dude that is now the edge coach there has been coaching for 4 years and has put 4 first-round draft picks in the NFL. So it's like, and he put, Abdul Carter at Penn State. That was the edge coach at Penn State for the last 3 years.
Okay.
And he was coached under Larry Johnson, which Larry Johnson is at Ohio State, and he is arguably the best defensive line coach of all time. He's been doing it for like 30-something years, and he's put in every Ohio State great defensive end you can think of, he's put in the NFL. Like, he's been there that long. He's done it for that long. And, like, it is what it is. And so he got to learn from him, and I feel like he replicates a lot of the stuff that he does, if not in a different way, and it's really unique and it's awesome. But I gave 5, but I probably could list 15. Like, I got Oklahoma, Ohio State, Oregon, Texas A&M, Ole Miss,
Florida State.
We're a little biased, but yeah.
I just wanted to see him here.
I wanted to hear Bama at some point, but that's okay. I mean, I get it.
Bama hasn't just reached out a lot, and I feel like the effort, if the effort was tuned up, of course. Like, for me, a big thing in my recruitment too is obviously just, I'd feel like just showing that I'm needed, because it's kind of like not wanted but needed, because a program that wants you could easily just go grab someone else in the portal and be like, I want you to, and now there's 15 of the same people in the same room. So it's like,
and Kalen DeBoer hasn't shown himself like that much as like a guy that's going to really truly send you to the NFL. It's kind of, he's still a work in progress, which is great for his journey, but for you're looking for something a little bit more established.
100%.
When you got that higher caliber, edge to you, you kind of gotta go with the best business decision. So I respect you for doing that, and not just going with Georgia.
100%.
Because for one, I would hate to see you fucking dogging on Bama like y'all do every year in the SEC championship. But but man, I think it's awesome. Seriously.
Oh yeah, I mean they're an amazing program too. Like, it's Alabama football at the end of the day. Like, can't not like them, but
you got to keep them in the conversation. That's the thing. Even if they don't show a ton of interest, they're always going to be in the convo.
100%. Like, it's Alabama. You can't just be like, nah, not Alabama. Like, what? It's just kind of like, you want to see the same thing like Florida State. You want to see them start to climb and keep climbing and show this forward progression, because it's kind of like, if you're like stagnant or you're going backwards, it's kind of like you're not, because again, you look at a team last year, I don't care about anyone's record last year or this upcoming year. Like, I do not care whatsoever, because you're looking at the team that has the best recruiting classes right now, and then in the next class. So the 26 and then the 27 class and then the 28 class, because you're not going to be playing with the kids who are in college right now. You're going to be playing with the 26s, the 27s, and the 28s. So, and again, you'll be playing with a handful of super seniors, but that's
sure,
whatever. But it's just kind of like, you have to look at the future and that goes back to the money conversation, right? And it's kind of like those schools that are kind of like not wanting to play into the money thing. And again, it's not about money, and it never will be. It's just kind of like a lot of recruits do think that way, and it's business, and it's a way out for them. It's not everybody is privileged in life, and it's especially not football players. I have so many friends that are not, and I have so many people that I know are not, and that's their way out, and that's their way to survive at the next level. Like, their parents can't take care of them at the next level. They have to feed themselves now. So now they're looking for a way out, and once they see that, they're going to take that. And I think some coaches don't see that yet, and that is totally okay, but that's why these recruiting classes it's such a drastic change, and you're seeing some schools that you would have never seen 5 years ago in the top 5 of the recruiting class or top 10, and it's kind of like, all right, now let's look at those schools, not for the money, but because those teams will be winning games because they have that top recruiting class. And those dudes that are going in now that are freshmen are going to be juniors when I go in, and time can only tell what those 5 stars will be when I get there. So it's kind of like looking at that. But again, even then, it doesn't really matter. Again, like I said, I want to go get developed. I want to be around people who are faith-based. I want to be around people who are going to better me as a human.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be around a program that is like just people getting in trouble all the time, like people not trying to, like, you're not in a room that people push you to be your best. Like, you're not in a room surrounded by greatness, because you want to be in a room that you're surrounded by what you want to be, because it gives you motivation every single day. I want to be this, I want to be that. And like, you have those senior guys and you're like, that's exactly where I want to be in 4 years, but I want to be better. And so it's like, they're pushing you to be better, and they're pushing you to be that higher up guy and like take the leadership role after they leave. So it's just like that. And then after that, I'd definitely say academics. Like, academics is super important to me, because with all this money that you're getting at NIL, you have to have something to be able to use it. Like, it's like, and again, you can go be an entrepreneur, take classes on that, whatever. But I think especially, like, you have the opportunity to go to these awesome schools, and every single top football school is a great academic school too. They just, like, everybody needs to learn how to use it properly, because that's something where in the future you're going to have to fall back on something. Football ends for most people 3 years. That's like on average. And when you get to the NFL, it's so easy for people to get cut like that, and they were stars in college. So it's like there's a different level in NFL, because now you're going against people who have to feed their families, you got to go up to that dude on your team who has a family of 4, and you're like, I just took your spot, and now you have no way to support your family. So it's like that. It's a different game up there.
You definitely got to take the education serious, for sure.
100%. And that's like one of the things I preach the most to, like, especially younger kids too, because they're like, oh, I football, like, I'm good. But like, yes, you can 100% go. I've seen dudes who are very highly ranked with like 2.5 GPAs, 2.3 GPAs, but it's like, at the end of the day, when you get to college, you have to at least change it then. Like, if it's not in high school, change it in college, because you have the opportunity to go to these great academic schools and to be able to take advantage of that. What most people can't do, because they can't even get into that college, is kind of like, people would die to be in your position just to be in the college, let alone have it paid for and get paid to go there and play on the football team. So it's like, you have everything that most people would ever want, and you just got to take it and take advantage of that. Like,
for sure.
And not everybody's going to get that amazing money. Not like, a majority of people will not. And so, and that's the thing where you have to take it seriously, is that academics, because you go get that great degree, and now you have relationships with these dudes that are in football. Say you want to be like in private equity. Like, that's one thing. Like, if you have friends in football and you know that they're going to make it high up, and you know that, hey, my career might be done soon, like, they're going to have money, and they're going to have to put that money somewhere, and they're going to have someone to put that money somewhere for them. So it's like, it's just kind of like knowing what to do and how to do it.
Taking advantage of the whole situation. That's the thing. Is like, not just go there and get a great football run and like, try to get to the NFL and all that, but also have like, you're getting a free education, take advantage of it, at least go get your degree and do it in something that you could see yourself doing outside of football, I guess is what you're 100%. Trying to say.
And that's like, some people go in and they're like, I'm going to study business because it's the easiest thing to do while I'm in football. Like, I don't think I have seen a non-business major in a while, but it's just kind of like, that's the thing that's easiest. I can still get good grades, and it's super manageable, and I can still have time to go out with my friends and do whatever.
For sure.
But if you just find something that you like, even though it may sound like for me, I want to do mechanical engineering in college. Does that sound insane for a football player? Absolutely. But is it something I want to do and have a passion for? Yeah. So then I'm probably going to do good in it. Same thing with football. Like, I don't want to be a plumber. So if I was forced to be a plumber, I probably wouldn't want to do it and not take it very seriously. I'd be bad at it.
100%.
Same thing with like all these people doing all these majors and then they find out like, oh, this is boring. I don't want to do it. But if you're striving for something, if you always have that extra push because you want to do it, it'll just like take it up and beyond, like especially with academics. Like that's the biggest thing, and I had to figure that out in high school because it was even middle school to high school, especially bowls, it was a lot different from public school to private school, especially that private school.
Oh yeah,
it was a lot different. But once I got it figured out, and just like you have to want it the same as anything else. Like how you do anything is how you do everything. Like all my coaches always preach that, and that's like, and it carries on forever.
I see you religiously rocking with the number 34. What's up with that? Has that been something that you've always had the number 34?
Oh yeah, since I was 4, and I've been playing football tackle football since I was 4, flag football since I was like 2 or 3. And so,
what about the number 34 do you love so much?
Herschel Walker at Georgia. He's my favorite player of all time. His work ethic was different. Like I would watch videos growing up on him just like racing trains, or him doing 2,000 push-ups a day or 2,000 sit-ups a day, and like that was his way out. And it was just like he had a different hunger, and like it was so crazy watching him. I have a picture framed in my room when he jumped over Tennessee's defense to score and win the game, and it's like the coolest thing to me ever, because like you're on the 2-yard line, 1-yard line, and your teams are like this, they're clashed. You cannot go anywhere, and the dude jumps over the whole pile. And I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah, like, he's a legend, bro. That's a really good person to look up to, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
What if 34 is unavailable?
I'm going to try my best to get it available. And that's like a lot of schools I've realized have 34 retired. And I'm like, I thought it would just be Georgia. Like, I don't know that many people 34. And then I realized like some of the all-time greats have 34. And I'm like, dang.
So if you were to reach out to Herschel Walker and be like, hey, could I use your number? Because you have to get permission for them. If a jersey's retired, you have to get permission from the player, right?
And that's if they have that option. But like I would.
If they were like, if they gave you the 34 option, I mean, that would probably be a hard one to say no to, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, if they gave me the option, but Georgia, if I went there, that would be the one school where I'd respect it, just because it's like, I've looked up to him, and to have his number unretired.
But imagine his blessing, dude. Like
that would be if he wants to, by all means. But I'm not gonna
you'd play so much harder. You'd be out there racing trades, doing 2,000 push-ups.
Because it's like you're wearing greatness at that point. It's like that dude, in my opinion, like
big shoes to fill.
And I think for me, he's, in my eyes, the best college football player of all time. I don't care what anybody says. Like his work ethic, the way he ran. And now he's like boxing at like 50 and like 55, and he has like an 8-pack, like he's just shredded. Like that dude is crazy. That's the one dude where like I
see you're extremely dialed in the gym as well, man. So I got to give you credit, bro. How many did you throw up 225 for the other day? I saw a video you posted.
28. So I did 28 of those. It was awesome.
I mean, dude, that's crazy. What's the combine record for the 225 for bench press?
I think like 51.
Wow.
Like 50.
Okay, I didn't realize it was that much, but still, like you're more than halfway there, which is crazy, bro.
That's the goal, is to beat the record, and that's like.
What is your max on bench?
My max on bench is 425 right now.
Cheese and rice.
That's more than 3 of us.
He's benching us and the couch. God Lord.
Then my dad got me started really early on bench. He's a very big upper body guy. He doesn't like working legs because it hurts his ankles.
You kind of have no choice, though. You got to get those legs right, bro. If you're playing DN.
As much as I love bench, I have to love squat just as much, if not more, because squats and lower body is literally the foundation. Like, you can't build a house without a good foundation. That is the same way with legs. Anybody skipping legs, stop doing that. You have to hit legs. But that's like, it's a huge thing, especially for athletes. Like, the more you build your legs, the faster you're going to be, and the more power you're going to produce. Like, that's just like, 100%. Why would you not do it? Like, I don't understand, like, the people who are like, squats, dang it. But it's
we're going to have to go hit our first leg day of 2026 after this.
We need to start wearing shorts.
For sure. Dude, if we were wearing shorts right now, it'd be like two little top legs just sitting here.
Hey, it's like, that's
funny.
Like, everyone, like, I just see all the TikToks, and it's like Monday chest, Tuesday chest, Wednesday chest,
Yeah.
Thursday think
Biceps.
about legs,
Yeah.
and then Friday biceps, and then Saturday chest, Sunday chest. Yeah, and it's like I was like, yeah. I wish if I was an athlete, I'd be a victim of that too. That would be think about legs and mental reps. I'd get mental reps of legs. That's what I would do. But as an athlete, you have to learn to love it.
What up, OGs? We interrupt this episode to tell you about one of our favorite sponsors, All of My Pickle. If you're tired of boring pickles that taste like, well, nothing, then it's time to upgrade your snack game. All of My Pickle makes the most delicious, gut-healthy, fermented pickles, krauts, and pickled veggies that you've ever had.
They're crunchy, tangy, and full of probiotics, but taste money, dude. Whether you're putting them on a salad, a sandwich, or just snacking them straight from the pouch, these pickles hit different.
Right now, All of My Pickle is offering listeners 10% off your first order with code OGSP at allofmypickle.com. Support a local business that makes food that actually loves your gut back. Go give All of My Pickle a shout. Thank you, All of My Pickle, so much for sponsoring this episode.
Code OGSP.
10% off your first order. That's a deal that you guys cannot sleep on. Now back to the episode.
We love you, All of My Pickle.
What's the craziest workout that you do at bowls, man? I'm sure they've thrown you guys through some crazy like conditioning stuff.
You know, I'd probably say just the conditioning, not even the workouts, because the craziest workouts I've done was with my old coach in his garage. Like, we'd go in for like 3 hours twice a week. And because that's all you needed, you could not do anything else. Every single time I went in there,
I mean, 3 hours is a long time.
Yeah,
Jesus
and
Christ.
he closes his garage door, and his name is Tree, and like I wish I could, yeah,
Built like one.
And he went to bowls, and he was the shortest running back ever to like play in college, like shortest, and he's like 5'6", like 5'7".
Wow.
But this dude looks like a bodybuilder, has the craziest energy in the world. I wish I could still train with him if I had time, but it's like if I trained with him, I'd be out for the next week. So it's like I have to. But this upcoming like next spring, I'm gonna try to find time, because that's what got my bench up. I think like 180 pounds in a year, and it was just like 2 days a week, and it was what was it? Mondays and Thursdays, and it was the craziest thing ever. So it was like, it consisted of like, it was a full body workout, 17 different things, and literally 17 things. So we'd warm up, we'd do like these crazy like med ball, whatever, you have to hit the ceiling. If it doesn't hit the ceiling, you gotta do it again, 25 of those. And then we'd go into our core lift. So if it was, say it was a Monday, we'd have bench, and so we would go into bench, and then we'd go so like another upper body exercise, and then another one, and then another one. And it was like just meant to kill you and break you down to the point where you couldn't do any more. And if you could do more, we'd keep going until you can't do more. And it was like, and then the college guys would come back from college and do it. And this one dude from Army came back. He's now at Georgia, or I don't think he's in college anymore, but he transferred to Georgia. And we were doing it one time, and I was like, dude, I'm about to die. And he's like, you better die. And I was like, yeah, this is.
You better die.
And I was like, yeah, all right. And then, so he hands me the heaviest weights for split squats, and I'm going, and I just start throwing up as I'm going. And he's like, and he's sitting there, and he's holding my shirt, so I keep going as I'm throwing it. I'm like, dude, you're insane. Like, what is going on?
Do y'all do Oklahomas in high school, or is that a college thing?
I think it's more of a college thing, and I think it's like started to transition out as people are like, oh, wait, we kind of need to save your bodies versus like kill your bodies. But in middle school, that was the worst. Like, in terms, not the worst. I love them, but the worst in terms of we do them every single day, twice a day. Yeah. And it was like we'd open practice with them and end practice with them, and it was just kind of like, you're tough or you're not, and that was like, that's where you figured out if you want to play football. So
yeah, for sure.
It's like you'd either die in the dirt or you get back up and want to do it again.
What kind of helmet is your favorite? Do you guys get options of different style of helmets?
I love Vices. So Vices is my favorite helmet. It's very expensive, but it's worth it, and it has probably stopped like 10 concussions.
What about the is it Revel Speed? Is that what it's called?
Rydell
Speed.
Yep.
Yeah,
Rydell Speed Flex. So the Speed,
I like the way those look the most, if we're being fair. Like
100%.
I think they look the coolest they look like futuristic in a way compared to a lot of the other helmets.
And like I will say Vices is like one of the ones that looks like alien technology. Like they have like 50,000 holes right here, and it's just like fades
I've seen those. Okay.
And it's like, and you customize your face mask. Max Crosby wears one, Nick Bosa wears one. There's the regular one, and then there's the trench one where it has like the thing right here, and it's like the ram, and I used to wear that one. It's a little heavy, but again, if you're a defensive lineman or offensive lineman, you should be wearing it because it's meant for impact in a short distance. So you could literally fold the helmet like a taco. Like you could just burrito it up, and it's like, because it's that flexible, because it's meant to absorb so much impact.
Sure.
Versus like a regular helmet, you can barely bend because it's like the cushion's there to take the impact, not the helmet, but the helmet, and then there's like these like almost shocks that are in there, and they're like these like plastic or rubber plastic cubes, and upon like a lot of force they flex like this, and then they spring back up, and so the energy goes through the shell, and then to that, and then the pads, and then your head. So it's like it's very, very minimal. I've never felt.
And you wear the visor quite a bit too. I've seen a lot of pictures of you with the visor on, right?
Yeah, I used to rock like a clear visor, but I do a lot of eye black. Like that's like eye black for me is like, I don't think I've not worn eye black since 6th grade, and I refuse to.
Does that
not
shit
wear
work?
it.
Like, is it a real, like, I see a ton of players wear it, but what is it for? Is it to like, doesn't it like
to
bounce?
look good.
Okay, cool. Okay.
To look good.
I thought it was like supposed to like bounce off light or something, or it was supposed to like deflect.
Maybe
like,
it does. I wear it.
There's got to be some kind of like, some kind of like art behind
Scotch
it.
guard for the sweat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have that.
I was like, okay.
It's like I kind of wear it.
You can tell me anything and I would believe with the eye black thing, because if anyone out there knows if eye black has an actual use, we would love to hear it. But
yes, I would love
all
to.
I know is that it does look raw, like especially like you'll do it where it's like the triangles kind of, and it kind of bleeds
I do
down.
like these, and then
I'll
do like the Joker one, the Batman one, and then like just the eyes like this, or like just like
eyes.
like it's just like it's like some crazy.
You said
stuff.
raccoon eyes. I just got that. That's funny.
Like my teammate, he's no longer with the team, but he used to do some crazy. Yeah,
just kidding.
Yeah, but no, he used to do some crazy eye black. Like he'd do like tribal. Like he'd get a cute. Oh, he was into it. He'd go in the mirror, cover his face, and then he'd wipe it off to get the pattern he wanted crisp, like with the Q-tip, and then he'd go through it like designing every. It would take him 15 minutes minimum, and then he comes out, and you're like, dude, go take that off. Like you cannot do that, and he's like, dude, you're hating. And I'm like, no, you can't do that. Like your whole face is covered. Don't do that. Yeah. And he was doing that. And then there's some crazy weird like drip stuff.
That's kind of the vibe you're going for your position. You know, you want to be a very intimidating looking player, you know?
Oh yeah.
Whereas some other positions, it's like you can kind of pull off looking like a, you know, like a nice guy, and then kind of show them your skills on the field. Like some of those skill players, you know, you don't got to look mean. You just got to be able to get around the defender and catch the ball.
Yeah.
But for you, you're trying to create that like persona right off the rip. You know, you want the O-line to see you get on the line and be intimidated, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's like, honestly, I feel like that's why eye black was started, was almost an intimidation factor. Again, if there's real use, tell us. But I think that was an intimidation factor thing. I don't know, but like
for sure,
definitely you got to line up and literally just tell them like, hey, I'm here to kill you, so you better just figure it out. Like, because like, and like the best thing to do is, as a defensive end, like you just gotta hurt. Like as bad as this sounds, you just gotta get back there and like hurt him, like just to the point where he's like the quarterback specifically, where it's just like he's always looking over his shoulder, because now he's worried. If he's rolling out, he gets the ball, he rolls out, and he's like, wait, I don't see him. Where is he? Now he's like, oh wait, I gotta get rid of the ball. And so that's like, you just gotta strike fear into them. Like you just gotta make them be like, yeah, it's over. Like you get hit once. Like I played my best friend. He's the quarterback at Mandarin, Knox, and he's committed to Miami right now. And I played him, and we were going back and forth before the game, obviously, and back and forth for like 3 months before that. Once we found out, he's like, "You're not gonna sack me," and I was like, "Okay." And so I went out there, and we were doing our thing. And I get this beautiful pass rush. I'm like, oh, perfect. He's looking the opposite way, and like I get like behind him almost, like he's here. I get like here. I grab him, and then I like hip flip him onto his helmet. And then he just starts like, he told me he got up and he's like seeing stars, and he's like, I started bleeding from my ears. And I was like, that's what was supposed to happen. And then so after that, because now it's football. He's not my best friend in football. I love this kid to death, but like not my best friend in football. Like I was trying to kill him. And so I'm out there and I'm like lining up, and I look at him, and he's just like looking like this, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's over again. So lo and behold, I get back there, and then as soon as I get back there, grab him by the top of his jersey and like fling him like 40 yards.
Is there any O linemen, like high school O linemen, that have been able to control you whenever you guys are out on the field? Like who are the hardest opponents you go against on that O line?
The best one that I went against last year was Jackson Snelling in the state championship game. He did a great job. They were a quick game team, so there wasn't much I could do really anyways. Like it was like, get the ball and just throw it. Like they had a phenomenal offense and defense. Like that was the team that beat us. They were a great team, and it was just like Jackson Snelling was really good. He's great. He's a 4-star down in Tampa.
Are guys still making huddles nowadays?
Oh,
like,
yeah. That's the
okay.
biggest thing because you have to have film. If you don't have film, you're nobody. Like,
sure.
Because I could be like, hey, I got 50 sacks. And they're going to be like, cool.
Yeah.
Show me.
Them.
It's crazy. We graduated in 2017, and I remember some of the guys that were coming out like in the 2015, 2016 class, and I would go and watch their huddles even after we'd all graduated just to like show my friends like, yo, this dude was a baller in high school, you know? Yep. And it's funny to see like how some of those, I haven't seen a ton of huddles lately, but I'm sure like the quality has gone up. Like you got to think like 10 years ago, you know, it's just a guy like way up in the stands taking a video of you where as I'm sure a school like Bowles where you guys are a top program, I'm sure you've got some pretty high quality videos of you putting people on the ground, man.
4K.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
the best part is now hiring videographers. So it's like I had this cool mixtape. He's a local guy, Shots by Lino, and he does a lot of guys. And he came out and he videoed me for the spring game. And before the spring game, I posted this thing on my story, and it was just like a countdown to the game. And then everybody takes it as like I'm like threatening their like integrity and that I call them horrible and I hate them. And so they make like full-blown actual Instagram posts on their page like, oh, it's like he's fake this, fake that. All right, bro, whatever. Like, we'll see. Yeah. And so we're going through. They passed it, I think, what, 3 times? 3 times. And so the first one, when they passed it, I blew past the dude that was talking crap. And then I was chasing him down. He threw the ball out of bounds. Okay. Second time he passed it, I see it, and so I just go underneath him, like quick and easy. I take the dude's helmet off and throw him. So that's 1 sack out of the 3 times. And then the next play, so it was the final drive of the second quarter before we go into half. And so I was just kind of like, okay, got to do something here. So, and then for some odd reason, they decided to do it again when it hasn't worked 2 other times. Let's think. Let's probably not do it again. Yeah. So they do it again, and then again, another sack. So it's just kind of like those are the best, and every single one of those is caught on camera in 4K, awesome quality. So it was great.
Throw that on the gram. They'll show y'all. You got go back and watch this film, buddy.
100%.
Who would you say is your like pro comparable? Like I came in like this guy reminds me of like a Max Crosby. Like, but do you have somebody in mind that you like compare your game to that's professional nowadays, or even retired?
Retired, I'd probably say J.J. Watt, just because I like being able to just like I said, just go out there and just like hurt someone.
That's a good one.
It's
I
just
like that.
It's just kind of like, and I will argue with anyone. They say T.J. Watt's better than J.J. Watt. Like, dude, I understand he had a lot of sacks, but like, dude, T.J. Watt literally said, "My brother, you can't even compare us," because it's different. Like J.J. Watt. So my strength coach Cedric Scott, he played for a long time in the NFL, and he's like, I witnessed it firsthand. J.J. Watt came out, and the whole environment changed. It was like a presence walked out on the field, and everything changed. And I was like, I bet. Like he's like, he controlled the game. Like a quarterback should control the game. He walked out, and people were scared.
He definitely controlled the tempo, and he controlled like a lot of the energy on the field because he was such a strong guy. Like he'd break his nose out there on the field and keep playing. That's all the post photos where he's bleeding out of his face and he's still playing. I'm like,
I like those the psycho dudes like Kuechly and then Cushing. Like those guys, you gotta think Cushing and Watt were on the same team, right?
Yep. Houston.
Yep. And so they were on the same team, and they were both psychopaths. And Cushing. He might have been on a little something, but
that was nuts. Was it this past year that he went a little kook?
That dude is like you're getting into a fight with someone on the field, and he takes off his helmet to headbutt him. Yeah. Like, what are you doing? And then his whole face starts gushing blood, and he goes off to the sideline. He's like, "Yeah, 11 versus 1. I like my odds, bro."
It's the intimidation factor. Like you have to have that energy, Like that's like why he was so great,
Oh yeah. 100%, but I love
JJ.
Those dudes.
Yeah, with JJ, it's very like his presence on the field was a scary thing, man. And like being a Jaguars fan, like a diehard Jag, like I would always hate having to play JJ twice a year, man. It was one of the worst things that you can be dealt as an NFL quarterback was like watching Blake Bortles or who was our quarterback? Was it Blake? I think
Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah. I mean, all of our guys were getting destroyed out there by JJ Watt, bro. Twice as
They're the reason Blaine would lay down.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
Blake.
You're probably a Jags fan, I'm assuming, right?
I like the Jags, but I like just the Raiders just because I like their vibes. Like, also I like Crosby, but because I follow the defensive ends, just to be honest. But I do like the Jags. I love Trayvon Walker. talked with him a few times, so I really do like the Jags.
And you just did a camp with Mac Jones and who was the other guy?
Mac Jones and Xander Edwards. He's my running back at Bulls. He actually broke the touchdown and rushing record for Florida high school football in one game. He had 8 touchdowns and 514 yards in one game.
No way.
Yeah.
Were you playing with him when he did that?
Yeah, it was crazy. And
Bro.
So we had no backup running back, so we couldn't sub him out. So it was like, he just one after another. And then we were like, wait, he could break the record. So we just fed him the ball.
Yeah.
And it was like, and our defense was playing absolutely terrible that game. Like, we just had something go on, and I don't know what it was, but like,
well, it doesn't matter when you're running back and scoring 8 touchdowns, putting up 500 yards. Like,
we let up,
don't even send the defense out there. We don't like we're putting up points.
We basically didn't send the defense out there. We let up 58 points and we put up 78 points. Wow. So it was like it was a shootout, and no shade to this team, but Baldwin was just like, we're supposed to like just walk out there, dominate, and walk off. Like,
yeah, sure.
We're basically telling the JV players, be ready. Like, you're going in, and then it's now a shootout, and we're like, what in the world? But It was because of their receiver and their quarterback. Their quarterback was great, and their receiver was very great. But we stole their receiver, so he's on Bulls now, and then their quarterback graduated. So
okay, so we're good for this season.
This season we should be good.
You're gonna get your proper get back. I like that.
But it was awesome. His witnessing that was insane. He's a freight train. His dad played in the NFL, won a Super Bowl, Tom Brady as a fullback.
Have you ever had any interceptions?
I have. I had an interception last year, and it was awesome. It was like,
yeah, how does that feel, touching the ball a little bit?
Oh, my gosh, it was like a gold coin. Like, if you're flipping a gold coin in a movie and it starts slow motion, like, capture. Like, that's how it felt in the moment. And it was like, because the ball, like, he was going to throw it, and it came out, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. So I was, like, tracking the ball. I hit someone, but I was, like, still tracking it, and then it came down in my hands. And I fell with it because I was like, I was just making sure I secured it. And I thought it was a fumble. And I'm like, that was an interception. I was like, oh my, this is sick. And then I had a touchdown too, which was sick. So
was it forced fumble touchdown?
It was a forced fumble touchdown. So it was against Oakleaf, and then scoop and score, ran it down. And then I almost had a touchdown in the state championship game. I pretty much did. If our quarterback wasn't offsides, it was a trick play. And Xander, our running back, was back at, so they're thinking, okay, Xander's back at quarterback. What are the odds that he's going to take it and just run it, right?
Yeah.
And so they're like, okay, so they have everybody up on the line. Our quarterback's at receiver. We're just like, only thing that our quarterback had to do was line up on sides, and he lined up off sides. But
so was this during a spring game?
This is during the state championship.
So how is the offense on the field, and you're on the field as well?
So I was just a part of the package.
Oh,
like I was on offense.
Okay, I got you.
So I was like, I was out there, and I was lined up at tight end, and we had gone it was the ref's fault. That's who it was, because he let us go through our whole trick play, get off our trick play. I already caught it. I'm 5 yards from the end zone. Nobody's within 20 yards of me. And then he blows the whistle. And I'm like, dude, you couldn't have done this any earlier. You're standing right next to him.
No, that's sick though, bro. Like a guy with your caliber, you can go in there and probably play a little tight end and do some different things.
I was supposed to this year, but actually, shout out JC. JC is our new tight end. He's 6'7", 230. He's the number 5 tight end in the nation.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah. So I was praying for that, because I was like, that's going to probably affect a little bit of me on defense, because you got to go both ways now. And I'm like, not Travis Hunter. So it's like, maybe if my cardio gets up a little bit, but it's like, I got to really prepare for that one. So I was kind of like, okay. And then I started reaching out to him, and I was like, dude, like, what are we doing? And so, because we call them boarders, the people who come to Bulls and they board at the school. So I was like, we have one of the boarders that's here, and he's from your school. So JC lived in South Georgia, and so he's like an hour and a half away from here. So it's really not that bad. Yeah. But he can come get to boarding school. He can come board. So I was just making sure that I got him, because that's just, one of the dudes that we needed. We lost our tight end, Corbin, and went to FSU. He's going to be a great tight end. That dude was a mean dude, but he was like a brother to me, but he's at FSU now, but his blocking capability was unreal. But so now filling that gap and having all of our dudes this year is going to be awesome.
Outside of football and things like that, man, what do you do to kind of fill your time and like keep your mental right, bro? Like, did you keep up with Love Island or anything like that? Or were you like...
Oh yeah. So Love Island, me and my girlfriend watched that a lot.
You got to watch it with a girlfriend. That's the thing, bro.
See,
like some of the guys, we had a guest on.
That.
Shout out Nod Ross, because we had Nod Ross on here, and he was claiming he'll watch it with a girlfriend. I'm like, all right, that's a little suspect, brother.
I never watched it.
But yeah, true. Okay. Well, you'd have a girlfriend, so
Exactly.
it's okay. So to say ladies out there want to give up on some Love Island, okay, y'all hit the comment section. But I think none of us were surprised about Bryce and Trinity winning that bitch. That was my favorite going into it. I couldn't believe Mel and Sincere made it to that damn final, bro.
I don't understand how they got above Zach and Kata, and I will stand on that.
Thank you,
I was
bro.
like, dude, what is going on? We were sitting there, and I was like, how did they even get here? So I'm like, yeah, they're fourth. Like, everybody knows they're fourth. And then they come in, Zach and Kata bottom. Dude, are we serious? Like, and not only that, I love Anaya and Carl, but like, dude,
It was two. They didn't have enough time. That was the
didn't,
issue.
and like they're number two.
But if we're gonna be honest, if we're gonna put Anaya and Carl in there, then Casey and TT should have made it to the end too. I think Casey and TT over Mel and Sincere as well. Like
100,000%. Like that's like I don't even like that gets me angry actually because I think I'm not like dude Casey like I think people need to remember that Anaya was out there like literally like any reason anyone felt bad for Anaya is because she kept crying every episode.
Yeah,
you're gonna feel bad for someone who's crying, but she's crying because the dude's doing Love Island.
Yeah, 100%.
You've known each other for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, not only that, y'all are full-grown adults. Act like adults. Like
we all knew Trinity. If Trinity and Bryce didn't win, I would have been really upset. But I was also just as upset that Melanie and Sincere made it to the final.
And I think they could have been good. And also, people forget Melanie's playing the victim, and I stand on that. Yes, Sincere did things bad, but y'all need to remember what Melanie did at the beginning because how she was acting. The craziest thing.
Facts. I didn't even remember that.
Yes,
that's right.
She's on the bed, and there's a challenge. Yeah, it's a challenge. Whatever. I don't care. You're in between your couple. You said you want to be boyfriend, whatever, and then you're in between the dude that you like obviously have eyes for, and you're literally making out with one and then making out with and then back and
You're
forth.
talking about when Caleb came in. When Caleb came in, and she was all
Corbin,
over.
it was Corbin,
Corbin,
and
that's right.
next to Sincere, and she's going back and forth like she doesn't know. First of all, let's just get this clear. Corbin has short hair. Sincere has long hair. You're acting like you didn't feel the man. Like you felt the man.
Oh my God, I remember this challenge too, is when they were on the bed.
Yes.
And then after all that happened, I mean, Sincere was already like, what the fuck, whenever that was all going on. And then Caleb
crazy.
walks out and
Yes.
she acts like it's fucking Christmas morning.
Dude, she obviously thought that was like some... I'm not even...
Melanie needs help with... Okay, if Melanie... She should have jumped ship early with Sincere because she was obviously at eyes for a bunch of other people.
Oh, yeah.
But since she locked in with Sincere, she got mad when he was still doing what she was doing in the beginning.
100%.
That's facts. I didn't even remember that.
She was tripping from the beginning, and I was... And when at the end, and everybody's like, oh, Sincere... And then when his dad came in and started criticizing him, I was like, dude, you're his dad. Like, you got to remember, this girl was tripping.
Yeah.
Every new bombshell that came in, oh my gosh... Bro, it's not Santa. Like, chill. Like, I don't understand. Like, literally acting like it was Christmas morning while you're sitting next to your dude. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my. And then he's over there like, I feel disrespected. Like, that was so disrespectful. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then, like, she gives him a hug, and he's just like...
I'm glad you brought up the Melanie stuff, bro, because I totally forgot Melanie was acting wild in the beginning. We thought Sincere was the loyal one.
Oh, yeah. And that's like... Because that's when I see people on TikTok, and they're like, oh, Sincere's this. Like, I saw some, like semi-pro baseball team, like, Sincere's banned for the time being. Bro...
Sincere's just playing the game. I mean, in a way, he's kind of going about it the wrong way, and he's telling two girls the same thing. Sincere's an asshole, don't get me wrong. But also, like, a lot of people start hating on Corbin and KC. But, like, bro, the point is to go and test connections and explore and whatever the fuck they be talking about. You know what I mean? And, like, that's exactly what KC did. I will stand by KC with this one, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. I will stand with Casey on this one because especially him, he didn't do anything wrong. And before he went, he's like, all right, like, I'm letting you know I'm going to explore, so you should explore before Casa. And they're like, oh, well, you were disrespectful. Yeah, but, like, at the same time, if you hadn't watched what they were doing live and they watched what y'all were doing live, they would have said some crazy stuff too.
Oh, 100%.
And I'm like, yo.
It was fucked up that they let the girls watch the guys at Casa, but then the girls didn't watch, or the guys couldn't watch the girls do their thing, because that did throw it off a bit.
100%.
I do like that it kind of spiced it up and made the girls go a little bit harder, but the guys should have had visuals of that as well.
Oh, yeah. And it should have been, I don't even know how that, I think neither of them should have, only because both of their decisions would have been swayed. Like, they truly in Casa, they experienced the actual Casa experience. They didn't know what they were doing. They weren't worried about it. Besides Bryce and Zach, which they just loved the people that they were with. Which nothing wrong with that. But if you're not happy and you still want to explore, even if you are happy, but you still want to explore.
I think if the girls didn't see the live stream, though, they would have just all played it safe. I don't think any of those new Casa boys would have had a chance because the girls were all dialed in. They liked their guys, especially Anaya. And so it was like
Kenzie.
Oh God, dude! Don't even get me started with Kenzie.
In movie night, she was insane. She was talking about, oh, Corbin did this and disrespect me and went behind my back and this, and then her movie pops up. Even the girls are like, oh my gosh,
we can't really defend you on this one.
Like, what are you doing? You knew your movie was gonna pop up. You see all the dudes, and you're like, oh yeah. You're the worst, by the way, knowing that yours is going to pop up. And then Melanie, Melanie just kept getting angry over the same thing. And it's like, yeah, I get why you're angry, but at the same time, the girl left the villa, and he chose... he chose Melanie over her at the same time. So it's like...
But also, like, Melanie, if you're going to be that mad about it, you clearly weren't mad enough to break up with him.
Literally.
That's the issue. Is, like, you can get that mad. Like, Melanie crashed out fucking 4 times on the show.
Oh, yeah.
All about Sincere and all about the same thing.
Yeah.
But she never left him.
Oh, yeah.
So whose fault is that, you know?
100%.
I think Melanie is a little crazier than people are putting it out to be. I'll agree with you on that one,
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
And it's like... another thing is when he came back from Casa, chose her, and she chose him... Literally, he doesn't walk 5 feet, and she's like, "You're the worst." Like all this, and he's like, just sitting there, probably thinking, "Wow, I should have chose the other girl."
100%.
Like you could have.
Well, the girl did come back, and he still went with Melanie. I think the Melanie Sincere thing in the real world is not going to last more than 10 minutes. You know, that was a Love Island exclusive. You know, but we'll see. I mean, we know that Melanie's parents will never, or Melanie's whole family will probably never accept Sincere.
Oh yeah,
and Sincere is now hated by the internet for, you know, I think it's justified, but also I think that, you know, let it play both ways. You know?
Yeah.
If you're going to hate on Melanie, or if you're going to hate on Sincere, definitely hate on Melanie as well.
100%. Both ways. They're crazy.
Hayden, you got anything else, brother?
I do. I have 2 questions for you. Mm-hmm. Apple Music or Spotify?
Spotify, and I stand on only because in Apple Music, well, I haven't really dived deep into Apple Music, but in Spotify, you can adjust so much in your listening, and it's so much sharper and better. In my car, I have tweeters, so it's a lot sharper, and the music is just better in terms of listening quality and everything. And so it's like Spotify's so much better. And I would go to actually. I'm going out on a limb here. I'm picking SoundCloud over Apple Music.
I like
because that's just like also SoundCloud for gym music because there's so many mixtape type stuff. Yes, and it's like and so many unreleased things and like some stuff that you don't even know exists, and it just cycles through, and you're like, who is like KBC SpongeBob, and it's like he's singing some like hard stuff, and I'm like, yo,
I do like awesome. SoundCloud for all the old Lil Wayne mixtapes, like all of the what was it, dedications and stuff that Lil Wayne is putting out, bro. I still listen to those on the reg.
Oh
man.
Yeah, like Uzi's unreleased music on SoundCloud,
Unbeat.
It's literally when I remember when I listened to Recoup for the first time. And on SoundCloud, and that's when I started paying for SoundCloud, and I was like, "Wow, this is perfect."
Oh, you pay for it?
Absolutely,
okay, he's dialed in.
Oh my gosh, the ads are unnecessary.
Do you really?
Yeah. I mean, it's you have to
listen.
Because it's awesome.
I love music, but I'll never pay for more than one music streaming platform. I know Hayden all day will because that's like his forte.
I might have Apple Music too. I don't know.
I definitely don't pay for Apple Music. I think it's just on my phone.
It should come standard with Apple.
It should.
If you have an Apple product, you 100%. Should get Apple Music with it for free.
I agree.
Like,
it would be a good incentive for people to keep buying. I mean, there doesn't need to be an incentive for people to buy an iPhone, but also like it would be a cool incentive for sure.
And then I guess my other question would be, what is on the playlist? What are you playing? I'm so curious because you're what, 17?
Yeah, 17.
That's true.
So
that's
I listen.
like,
actually, I could pull up my. So you're gonna laugh at this. So I switch like very frequently, so I can look at my top artists, and it's like I think this month. So let's see who my top artist is. My top artist this month is Drake. My last month is Dominic Fike. My last one before that is Montel Fish. My one before that's Kodak. Before that's Boogie. Before that's ASAP Rocky. Before that is SZA. Who else? Jen Aiko.
Okay. He's got good taste. That boy knows good music. I like that.
So
I like that it's still like I feel more in touch.
You know, he has a girlfriend. He's got the SZA in there. He's got the Dominic Fike. Like I love it. He's a straight hip hop, just like the hardest shit possible. But
you
gotta have like
100%. Like, and I searched up. Like, I think I was listening to like a Shawn Mendes song this morning. Like,
it's
I don't know why.
crazy because he was like probably 9 or 10 when Kodak dropped No Flockin'. How old were you when you dropped? I mean, you obviously weren't listening to Kodak.
I was born in 2009, so that's
fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick, bro.
Yeah,
That is sick.
It's awesome. And then like I have people all over the place. Like I like Miguel. Like his music's good. Like,
his old stuff is fire for sure, bro.
And
I'll definitely circle that.
Daniel Caesar too. Like that's some good stuff too. I like his worship music. Like if people actually look into that, like because some people can't get into. I personally cannot listen to like just regular worship music, and it's kind of like, and I struggle with that. But like his stuff is like. His singing capabilities are unmatched.
He can sing. Sure. I do like some Daniel Caesar.
Oh, 100%.
I just went and saw Tame Impala, and Dominic Fike was actually supposed to open, but it was Joe instead, the guy from Stranger Things.
Yep.
He put on a good show, and I didn't even like go in thinking I was going to know a lot of music by him, but
that's
the
sick.
Guy from Stranger Things.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
I didn't even know he does stuff like that. That's sick.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. I went to Morgan Wallen. Yeah, that was cool.
Dude, Morgan Wallen is so tough.
Yeah.
You went to go see him in Gainesville?
In Clemson.
Okay, was it Ella Langley opening for him? Or brother, hey,
awesome.
That's a good look. I'm an Ella fella all day, I'll tell you that right now.
And then so we were like, oh, she's probably going to come out again, right? And like, so we're getting ready to leave. Like, oh, she's probably not. And then he sings, because we're waiting for 7 Summers, and then he plays 20 Cigarettes, and then like, okay, so we're good. There's like 10 minutes left. And then she comes out again, and then they start duetting, and like, this is like
the breakup song, whatever. I Can't Love You Anymore. I think is the name of the song.
And they're like right there, and because we're in the pit, so we're right there. I'm like, this is awesome. Like I don't listen to country, but this is awesome.
I love that you were waiting on 7 Summers. That's my favorite Morgan Wallen song, bro. That song rips.
When it came around, like, so I was with a bunch of 5 stars from all over the country. We had all got flown in for it, and we were there. We were waiting for it, and then some of them fell asleep during a concert. Fell asleep. I was like, you're insane, first of all. But when they woke up to the beginning of the song. We all take our shirts off, and we're like, we just throw them, and we're like, yeah, like it was like it was Kodak up there.
It's such a small, or not small, but it's like a slow song. Like it's not like well known or like it's kind of a slower, like less upbeat song.
Oh yeah,
that's funny.
Like that,
bro.
I like 7 Summers, 20 Cigarettes, and I also like Heartless. I love Heartless.
That's a Diplo collab, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Heartless is a good one for sure.
Awesome. And who else came out on stage? Someone came out on stage holding his Jack Daniels bottle and just like hammered it.
Oh, Gavin. Was it Gavin Adcock or something?
I think it was. I think it was.
Like heavier dude, but I see him. He's with Morgan Wallen quite a bit. Yeah. So. Dude, you got good music taste. I like to hear that.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That makes you feel better about my music taste too. I was like, damn, he posted 7 Summers. Okay.
I'm always telling my little sister. My little sister's 21, so she's a little bit older than you.
Yeah.
I'm always like, you came up at the right age. Like our golden 2016 era has kind of like dwindled into her generation too. But I'm like, okay, we still got hope. We still got hope.
Yep.
For sure. That's what's up.
Well, Asher, dude, thank you so much for coming on, man. Seriously, look forward to everything you got going on in the future. Just keep hustling, bro. I'd love to come to a game too and just like see it in action. So,
100%.
Definitely, we'll stay in touch, bro. I appreciate you coming on the show today.
Sounds good. Thank you guys so much.
Let's plug these people in. Where can they find you on socials?
You can find me. It's just my name, Asher Ghioto. Probably don't know how to spell it. Ghioto. Asher, Asher. On everything. It's my name on everything. No crazy username or anything. So yeah, that's me. And then on Instagram, there's some fake accounts, but it's the verified one. So
sweet.
That'll be the one.
Hell yeah, bro. I appreciate you coming on, man. Seriously, it's been an absolute honor. So, OGs, this is episode 161, I believe, of the OG Sessions podcast. Thank you so much for everyone that's tuning in right now. If you enjoyed this episode, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see y'all next week.
Let's do it.
Y'all, we are out.